Gosh, it is such a beautiful day out here. Took me about 4 hours to get back to North Carolina from Flatwoods the other day. But since we are back in North Carolina, today we are here in Boone. But I'll tell y'all where we are here in a second. What's up, you guys? Chet-Guthrie, the Dream Poet here, coming to you all with another beautiful spring vlog. Today it is about 72 degrees out here in Boone, North Carolina. It's really beautiful. Spring is in the air. Overall, it's just a nice day. And today we are here at the Blowing Rock Monument here in North Carolina. Now, there are about 3 different things that make the Blowing Rock Monument so awesome. The first one is that it is this rock formation that is the namesake behind Blowing Rock, North Carolina. The other one, the middle one, this is the oldest tourist attraction in North Carolina. And it's pretty amazing. And the third and final thing, as we're heading inside to get admission, is this is associated with a Cherokee legend between 2 Cherokee lovers. And by the way, just check out those doors. That puts off such a Rock City kind of vibe. But here's some more history on the Blowing Rock. This 250 million year old cliff formation was North Carolina's oldest travel attraction. Located at 4,000 feet above sea level, the Blowing Rock is the town's namesake. The phenomena is so called because the rocky walls in the gorge form a flume through which the northwest wind sweeps, and such force that it returns light objects cast over the chasm. In recognition of this property's significance, this marker is placed by the Blowing Rock Historical Society and Blowing Rock Art and Historical Museum. So, now that you all know, I mean, I kind of summed it up there in the beginning, but let's go inside and let's check out one of the oldest attraction in North Carolina. And just beyond this door, you guys, is the Blowing Rock. And by the way, they have a turtle. Also, they have a kitty.
Look here, Gigi.
Gigi!
Gigi, look.
Oh.
You're on camera.
Kitty.
Look at you.
Oh, she is so pretty. So soft. It definitely is. Oh. Well, here we go. Let's do it. Yes, that was Gigi. And Gigi is one of 3 cats that is here at the Blowing Rock. Now, I went back here in 2016, and when I was here, they had 2 black cats. But sadly, those black cats, one age finally caught up to them, and the other one, I believe, got stuck in, well, it was somebody's dog, and it was early in the morning, and I mean, very sad. Especially, you know, with the loss of a little kitty. By the way, there's the bottom. But look how beautiful those mountains are. And let's continue to see what is up here. It's been a while since I have been up here. I mean, that was 2016. So it's been about 8 years. I am with my mom and my sister. But this is the story of the Blowing Rock. Here at this monument, this is what it says on the plaque. It is said that a Chickasaw chieftain, fearful of a white man's admiration for his lovely daughter, journeyed far from the plains to bring her to the Blowing Rock in the care of a squaw mother. One day the maiden, daydreaming of the craggy cliff, spied a Cherokee brave wandering the wilderness far below the playfully shot an arrow in his direction. The flirtation worked because soon he appeared before her wigwam, courted her with songs of his land, and they became lovers. Wandering the pathless woods and along the crystal streams, One day, a strange reddening of the sky brought the brave and the maiden to the blowing rock. To him it was a sign of trouble, commanding his return to his tribes in the plains. With the maiden's entreaties not to leave her, the brave, torn by conflict of duty and heart, leaped from the rock into the wilderness far below. The grief-stricken maiden prayed daily to the Great Spirit until one evening, with a reddening sky, a gust of wind blew her lover back onto the rock and into her arms. From that day, a perpetual wind has blown onto the rock from the valley below. For people of other days, at least, this is the explanation enough for the blowing rock's mysterious winds, causing even the snow to fall upside down. As you all can tell, it's kind of hard to read the plaque. Very hard. It's kind of, the wording's a little bit small. But I just want to acknowledge that this was not a Cherokee story. It's Chickasaw. I mean, the reason why I thought it was Cherokee is because a majority of the Cherokee lands were in North Carolina. But anyway, that's just the beautiful story behind the Blowing Rock and how it became a treasure to North Carolina. And now that you have heard the story of the Blowing Rock, let's check out the beauty that is the Blowing Rock. And right before you, that is it in all its majesty. Now, it would make you think that the Blowing Rock is like something mighty or a mighty formation. Well, in a way it is. But it's kind of interesting to hear how story often makes something seem that it's larger than life. It's kind of cool to be on top of the Blowing Rock, looking over all the mountains. Now, I always like to think that the Blue Ridge Mountains, they just feel as if they have been an ocean trapped in time, like almost petrified, if that's even possible. And I'm not gonna lie, it does make me quiver a little bit standing and not looking on the ground, which is kind of weird, because they say you're not supposed to look at the ground, but you know, it's perfectly fine if you look up and all that other stuff. It makes you not think about any of that. Think about this. By legend, this is where that Cherokee chieftain's daughter stood and watched as as he came back, the wind pushed him back up and back into her arms. And to think, probably somewhere around 300 years later, I'm standing here and I'm telling you all the legend and the story. Okay, now that we have seen the Blowing Rock, let's go back down. I can kind of see why people advise against walking down it during rain, because stuff like that could happen. Luckily, I caught myself, so that is good. But this is also another interesting thing. U.S. coast and a geodetic survey. This is a benchmark. This is where we're standing at right now. This is about nearly 36, or if you want to get technical, 3,655 feet above sea level. And it is very fun to get down it now that I finally have some traction in my shoes and I'm not falling down. So that's not fun when you fall down. Oh, okay, I'm down now. And now that we have gotten down, there is also a walkway beneath the Blowing Rock. We're gonna check it out. By the way, I like the work in that. That is really cool to see, you know, the story and the legend on how, you know, a man, a brave, jumped seemingly to his death, but was blown back up by the power of the Great Spirit. And this particular pathway that is beneath it, we're right on top of it right now. This is pretty darn cool. Now, if you want to talk about the beautiful side of the Smokies, I don't think it is in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park or anywhere like that. I'd say it's in the Blue Ridge Mountains of North Carolina. Because just look at that. And if you just listen, that is one of the most peaceful sounds you will hear. So let's continue our walk. I think we're finally coming to the end of this small trail that they have here at the Blowing Rock. I think it's really meant just to show the what is beneath the rock. By the way, I think that is a Canadian hemlock. Canadian hemlock, and it looks like there is crap. I've been out of forestry for so long, I'm trying to remember the bug that has really killed off a lot of them here in the Appalachian region. But, you know, I'm not here for the forestry. I'm here for the beauty of the mountains. Come back up. And there are a few other things here at the park that is here as well. There is an observation tower, and I think there's something else here as well. And I realize I'm still out of shape. But during the summertime, or at least late spring, they have this open and there's water running through it. But right now, this miniature lake, well, not miniature lake, this miniature fountain has no water running through it. Which, I mean, it's still really cool. Especially to go over the bridge. See where it does run during peak tourist times. I mean, it's really cool. I saw it back when I was here in 2016. But it also goes right there. Kind of trickles down here where it, I think it goes over here, over to the edge. No, just a private road. And there's a really cool part about the Blowing Rock, and that is that not only do they have the Blowing Rock itself, they actually have a photo gallery and a museum just down this way as well. So let's see what they have down here. I bet last I remember I was here, they had a lot of cool stuff. I love the warm weather. It is so nice, so warm. And it looks like the turtles have a winter home, so I have to check that out here in a minute. But let's see the museum. I wonder if that is an LGB train. Probably not. It could be Lionel, but we're not here to see that. We're here to see the artifacts that they have here in the museum. Let me see. A stool from Sony's Grill, which was located on Main Street in Blowing Rock. The base of the stool is an axle from a model Ford. Oh, cool. I'm not sure if y'all see that, but yeah, that came off an old Model A Ford. And here is a tub. Bathroom tub from the Mayview Manor circa 1930s. That's really cool. You know, you don't really see the clawed tubs anymore. And I bet there's a lot more history to this tub than probably meets the eye. And if it were a snake, it would have bit me. But this news article tells about what the Mayview Manor was. And it was a very prominent hotel at the time. And it looks like this guy right here, he is known, or Herman Coffey is known as the ghost of Mayview Manor. Although I think really he was a caretaker. I don't think he was literally a ghost. Let me see. Once again, the manor will be something else. So that's another article. And here's some more stuff at the Mayview Manor. Looks like it was completed about 1922. And that's really interesting. Look at how like all the rooms were designed in the blueprints. Let me see. City Council here's planned for Mayview. There's some older stuff right there. Hospitality. All that good stuff. And now I know what this is. This is an old booth that went into the Blowing Rock at one point. This is from 1937. In the original location of this turnstile, it was in the main building of the Blowing Rock. An estimated 4.1 million visitors have passed through this turnstile. So, I guess if I cross through it, well, darn it. Oh, there we go. So if I do it, does that mean I am 4.1 million, 222 million? And this is neat. Look at these old school cash registers. I mean, beneath it, you've also got some different goods from the Blowing Rock. Some old lights. Looks like this kind of tells. Looks like this is, or there is a piece of yellow brick from the Yellow Brick Road on Beach Mountain, which I've been trying to get there, but the Land of Oz only opens like at certain times of the year. It doesn't stay open long. I mean, for a long time, even it was pretty much abandoned as well. But I know for several years now that hasn't been the case, luckily. Okay, brownie cameras. Military radio used by the custodian, light fixtures from the old building, and that's what it looked like when a snow hit the Blowing Rock in 2003. It looks like it really did a number. And here we have a few photos, a few renditions of the Blowing Rock, telling the stories of when this was the first attraction. Let's see, Governor Cooper at the Blowing Rock. The governor of North Carolina. I don't know. I just like to see this kind of stuff. America, Switzerland, the unrivaled Blowing Rock country. The famous Blowing Rock, altitude 4,090 feet, near Blowing Rock, North Carolina. And I like the illustration of how there's a guy on an old Model T Ford looking off into the distance. This is an old road sign of this classic roadside attraction. That would be cool to just have. I mean, that is really neat. Especially, I mean, with it being old school. I think it's like vinyl or something like that, or tin. Don't really know. I mean, I don't know what it's made of. All I know is that is cool. So now that we have seen that, let's see what else is here. Goodbye Solo, a film by Raymond Barnini. It has an uncanny ability to enlarge your perception of the world. Powerful, riveting, and inspiring. And I think this movie may have been an answer to Free Solo. Maybe? I don't know. I will have to look this movie up, but I think this was filmed here at the Blowing Rock. It kind of looks like we have more news articles about from the time. Stoneman's raid. On a raid through western North Carolina, General Stoneman's U.S. cavalry passed through the Blowing Rock. Oh, that's interesting. That means I guess it would be one second. Guess be the Confederacy. Yeah, the Confederacy of in North Carolina came through here. We've got the pictures of the kitties, and as I mentioned, there's Glover. Now I remember Glover way back when I came here in 2016, I know he has since passed. Little black kitty. He's adorable. And I imagine this is some old piping. I mean, it looks like it's not really so much of a display. But I like how it's running up and down this particular display here. And as it said outside, this place has a mineral room. Yes, my favorite, rocks. And, well, if y'all don't know, I mean, North Carolina, especially western North Carolina, it really sits on top of a lot of mineral deposits. In fact, if you want to do some like real, genuine gem mining, this is the state to do it. Well, that and eastern Tennessee, like far eastern Tennessee in the Smokies. But look at this. That is a very large piece of smoky quartz. Like that probably weighs a good maybe 80 pounds. That's a heavy rock. And now that rock is also very expensive. Smoky quartz is very beautiful, especially if you're a rock hound. I mean, I do quite a bit of, I used to do, I should say. Let me see, that is large quartz cluster from Watauga County. Almost looks like cave flowers. I know in a recent video I did, you all saw what cave flowers look like. The Lost Sea is where a majority of the cave flowers can be found. If y'all didn't know, that's a cool video, by the way. I made a few people angry that I called the jaguar a cougar and the salmon or the trout salmon. But I don't know. It's like, for whatever reason, sometimes, you know, it does not click. But anyway, we're not here to talk about that. We've got some mica. We've got quartz with mica book. Let me see, we got gold ore. Okay, now that's cool. Pyrolite or pyrophyllite, I think that's how you call it. Kind of looks almost like fossil shells. I don't know, it's not. Crushite matrix, iron rich, cycist, folded and bent from mountain formation, Watauga County. And we got some feldspar right there. And beneath that, we also have some more quartz. We've got some pegamite with some epidote. Apparently that was found in Johnson County. Kyanite, and more kyanite. I like that really blue color in it. That's really cool. And this is an even bigger rock. This is tri-stage quartz with emerald hittite. This came from Alexander County. I like how all this came from North Carolina. Wouldn't you like to be the guy that actually gets to find these? I mean, because that is an amazing, an amazing example of that particular mineral. And plus, I mean, it has that really beautiful glow to it. Like, look at the color in that. Like, I mean, that is just so hypnotizing. And here's one of my favorite type of minerals, and that is emerald. Emerald is a favorite of mine just because, I mean, if you can all tell, emerald puts off a really beautiful green color. And also on top of that, when I was a kid and I played Pokemon as a kid, well, let's just say that, I mean, Emerald was one of the greatest Pokemon games that was ever created. And when I hear Emerald, I think about the video game, and I also think about the beautiful stone. Judge me not. That is a really beautiful piece of amethyst right there. And that is one very large chunk of fool's gold. Yes, fool's gold. That is a big, giant, shiny rock of fool's gold. And that, oh no, that limonite, it almost looks like ruby. You see, we got some garnets. That's a really beautiful color. Garnet matrix. And down here, we got smoky quartz. Smoky quartz with mica. And smoky quartz headnite from Alexander County. And now, if I did not know what it is by the card there, I would say that this is a big giant chunk of obsidian, but it's not. This is actually more smoky quartz, and this has hiddenite in it. So, I mean, just look at that beautiful black color in it. And you could make some really beautiful jewelry out of that. But, I mean, I said it a couple of minutes ago and I'll say it again. Just think about what it would be like to be the guy to pull one of those out. Let me see. Serpentine, Burnsville, Yancey County, asbestos ore from Mitchell County, North Carolina. There's asbestos and pure asbestos. Like look at the top. It's like no, this is bad. But I mean, in all honesty, I mean, asbestos is bad. In fact, you know, they used to put it in a lot of old homes way back in the day, up until I think like the 60s or the 70s. People didn't realize that if you breathe this stuff in, you know, it can give you cancer, like bad. But if you go into like these older homes, I mean, chances are there's still asbestos in the walls. So this little chunk right here, compared to like in an old house, I think I'd be worried more about, you know, people living in an asbestos-filled house for generations than this rock which is put in glass. And here we have some more ruby. I won't say more, but this is ruby. These are big, giant chunks of ruby. Kind of like that big, thick one right there. But just look, I mean, this is what happens when you cut them and you shine them up. I mean, sometimes rubies can be very expensive. I like how they have a really nice collection here. And I have a star sapphire that I found a while back. I don't know, maybe one day I'll get it cut. And right beneath here is one of the most famous metals in the world. Gold. Well, gold and silver. Eventually technology used in California gold rush. Old North State gold mine collection. Antebellum gold mine, Charlotte. So yeah, there used to be a little bit of gold mining in Charlotte, North Carolina. And oh my God, that is a really big chunk of sapphire. And look at the shine in that. That is really nice. That came from Presley mine. Maybe it was related to Elvis, maybe. Maybe not. Did you all know that sapphires are really rubies are really just sapphires with a different mutation? Well, not a mutation, but a different color in them. Quartz and calcite. But yeah, those are some really big ruby and sapphires. This is a large cluster quartz. And now this was found on Grandfather Mountain. See, Grandfather Mountain quartz found by James Hefner in the 1960s. Displayed in Grandfather Mountain Nature Museum for 20 plus years. Huh. So it looks like this thing has been on an adventure. Or at least for a while. Ooh, now that is really shiny. That is 884 carats of optical quartz found in Mitchell County. And that's what they used to make microscope lenses. Who would have known? Let me see, quartz crystal cluster from Grandfather Mountain. Quartzite. More quartz, or another quartz cluster. So they do have a lot of quartz clusters, but they are really beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Looks like they've got more smoky quartz and more smoky quartz. But at least not we forget the optical quartz, because it almost looks like diamond in a way. This is a really cool collection. Very cool. And I believe this is just the photo gallery. Look at the little black bear. Although he could probably seriously tear somebody's face off, so he's not exactly a cute little cub. But looks like they have a painting from the Tweetsie Railroad. It looks like this is when they were bringing the train in. By the way, Tweetsie Railroad is really cool. Maybe I'll do one in another vlog. But anyway, guys, let's head outside and let's check out the wintering home. of the turtles. You see, in the summertime, they'll be put in the that little pond fountain area, but during the winter time, let's just say they're enjoying their winter homes. Look at them. They're like, no cold, no bueno. He's like, why are you taking a photo, or why are you filming me? I like turtles. Sorry, that meme is really old and I know it needs to die. But now let's check out the viewing area, or I should say the viewing platform, just beyond the point of where we saw the turtles. Here is the observation tower, and there's also a tower trail. Last time I was here, this is probably one of the most beautiful viewing areas for the Blue Ridge Mountains. Let's see if it still holds up. I know y'all have seen me go to a lot of other places, but I don't think, oh no, like I said, this is the first time of me vlogging it. Oh my goodness. This is why I say the Blue Ridge Mountains are amazing. The mountains, they go on for miles and miles and miles. And now, the cool thing is, you can see a few more mountains over here. One of them, most notable, because we've been there, it's also a mile above sea level, and that is Grandfather Mountain. And I think Grandfather Mountain is, I think it's that one in the far middle, but I'm not too sure. But all in all, I mean, the beauty in these mountains, absolutely incredible, very peaceful. If you get a chance, if you want to experience mountains more than the Great Smoky Mountains, or I should say the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, you want to come here to Blowing Rock, because this is awe-inspiring. Always mesmerizing, always beautiful, always grand. So let's head into the gift shop, the first gift shop. There is an A&X here, but I don't know, I mean, it's mostly just a couple of restaurants here and there. I've kind of already eaten lunch, so if you want to come to the Blowing Rock, that's another place you can see. I don't think I want to go beneath the observation deck, just because I don't know. I'll leave that to you guys who want to follow in my footsteps on another adventure. Now, as I was saying, this gift shop is way cooler. Now, as I was saying, outside from the viewing deck, this is some of the ones that you can see. It's right around in the middle. I was right. Well, that's Grandfather Mountain. So we were right about on par. And you got Beach Mountain. I think that's where the that hotel is. The Mayview, Mayfield Manor, Hawksbill Mountain, Table Rock, Mount Mitchell, and of course the Blowing Rock. And here in the gift shop, they do have a few more photos of what the place looks like. There's the photo gallery. That's the A&X. Like I said, I mean, it's kind of spacious. It's mostly just a hangout. I mean, it is cool though, don't get me wrong. The Robbins Bridge Trail. I think actually the Robbins Ridge Trail is new. Observation Tower, and of course the walkway beneath the tower, but I'll leave that to you guys. And while they had a lot of really cool rocks on display in the museum, they do have some that you can buy. Like that Jasper Spearhead that you can buy for about $17. Or gold for about $5. Labradorite, don't really know what that is. It's got a really pretty dark color to it. And we got some pyramids and we've got some obelisks right here. Looks like these are made in Pakistan. And we got some geodes right there, and the inside of some of these hand-cut quartz. Really like the color in that. Look what they did with the amethyst and the little I guess that's stainless steel, but I think that's really cool. I know they used to have these type of trains on railroad spikes, and I remember when my grandmother was alive, she had a few of those. I remember also getting one from Tweetsie Railroad, but that was forever ago. And look at those little trees. Got the copper on them. And it's like we got a mini mountain of rocks. More minerals, more quartz. Really shiny. And I wonder if that's... No, that's plaster, so that's not real rock. And while you are here at the Blowing Rock, you can also own a hat. Kind of looks like Patagonia, but it's not Patagonia. Or the Blowing Rock itself. Legacy 1933 when it was founded. Actually, that means yeah, in about 9 years the Blowing Rock will turn 100 years old. And you know what, this would not be a Native American or a Native American legend, or at least an area with a legend. These are from looks like these are from some of the tribes out west. The Indian hand-painted pottery comes from the high plateau country of the west, where the desert and the mountains meet. Anyway, that's kind of cool. I mean, probably well, I wouldn't say Apache. I don't want to get it wrong. That shows like how they go about doing it. Gotta think they sent them all the way out here to North Carolina. Absolutely beautiful. By the way, that's a wedding vase. Or a wedding, anyway, it's a wedding vase, there we go. And now it looks like this one black bear is having quite a bit of fun. Too bad I cannot have any wine or anything like that. It's not too fun being medicated, but that's okay. You know, I'm surprised that they don't have anything like Cherokee related or Chickasaw, you know, that are from the area. But then again, I know that anything Cherokee related, it can get very expensive. Oh yeah, that's really cool. Look at one of those magnets, you know, like one of the elevation things. That's pretty neat. Cherokee pottery and everything that are made by Cherokee artisans. You see, that is a tradition that has been passed down for probably more than 500 years. And yeah, that's the only place that you can get something like that. And the Cherokee, they also make like really good stuff. Like, even though it's made, you know, from like cane or river cane for like hundreds of years, it's still well, I mean, it lasts. And we found another kitty. She looks about passed out. Hey, kitty. Oh, you look pooped. But then again, I don't know what it is about cats that always seem to, they look like they're just pooped. You are big and fluffy though. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, kitty. I chased him away from his spot. This place always seems to baffle me. Well, not baffle me, it always seems to make me happy, and it leaves my jaw dropping. But anyway, I'd even go as far as to say is this is more beautiful than the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. This is a real view if you want real Smokies. But anyway, guys, remember, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon. Always means a lot. It goes to show that y'all care and that y'all want to see more awesome videos. So without further ado, you guys, this vlog is over.